Welcome back another episode. Ryan Guzman, star of 911, discusses the crucial scene between Eddie and Buck that finishes 911 Season 8, Episode 6. The sixth episode of the season, Confessions, marks a bit of a reversal in the two friends' moods, with Eddie Guzman finally taking action to allow himself to feel joy and Buck Oliver Stark feeling a little down after. The end of yet another romantic relationship. In the closing minutes of Confessions, Buck shows up at Eddie's door and the two have a beer. Guzman considers the moment between Buck and Eddie in an interview with Rachel Forch of Screen Rant. The actor explains how the two 911 characters are experiencing somewhat different things when asked to explain the relevance of what they are going through. Guzman also gives a sneak peek at what will happen to Eddie and Buck, with Eddie examining his personal happiness as Buck laments the end of their partnership. Guzman describes how Eddie used to cling to the past in the quote that follows and how Buck is currently in that same situation. The significance of the last scene for Eddie and Buck. Eddie has been grieving since the 911 Season 7 finale since his son Christopher Gavin McHugh has chosen to live with his grandparents in Texas. As the story goes on, it becomes increasingly clear that Eddie is torturing himself by speaking of Christopher as if he has vanished forever. Eddie starts to accept that he has been too hard on himself with the assistance of a priest, Gavin Stenhouse. Finally, when no one is looking, Guzman rocks out without a mustache in a nod to the iconic moment from Tom Cruise's film Risky Business. In contrast, Tommy Lou Ferrigno Jr. politely rejects Buck after he has once again opened his heart, ending their 6-month relationship. The two friends' individual and joint storylines are set up by this turn of events. Eddie is now in a position to assist Buck in moving on. Our analysis of the scene with Eddie and Buck, a significant portion of the friendship between Buck and Eddie, has been linked to significant life events. Buck once witnessed Eddie being struck by a sharpshooter, and he and Chris once survived a tsunami. Nonetheless, the brief and often silent moments that highlight the two friends' significance to one another are as significant to the fan-favorite duo. The most recent development, which raises expectations for the renewal of 911 Season 9, nicely underlines that. It shows how important their friendship is without any discussion or lengthy